On New Year's Day, the United Kingdom's divorce from the European Union will be complete. Whether it's an orderly departure or a so-called hard Brexit remains to be decided. Hard Brexit would mean no trade deal between the two and economic uncertainty well beyond the effects of the pandemic. Deadlines are known to focus the mind, and as special correspondent Ryan Chilcote tells us from London, in this case, they need to focus on the future.
Rex Goldsmith always knew severing trade ties with the European Union wasn't going to be clear-cut.
Messy old business.
While the waters off the British coast make for some of the best fishing in the world,
lovely Cornish turbot this.
Continental Europe buys the vast majority of the fish.
I just can't quite work out why we would want to upset our biggest ever trading ally. That's what I don't understand. Before was just an open door and all beautiful and free-flowing.
Even in his London shop, the majority of the fishmonger's customers are European. How much access to its waters the UK allows European fishermen to keep is one of the last snags preventing a free trade deal. But it's not the only one. The EU wants the UK to agree on what it calls a level playing field.
There's a real fear among some member states that having a large competitor economy immediately offshore is a potential risk to the EU market.
Anand Menon is the director of the UK in a Changing Europe.
For EU leaders, it's very important that non-membership looks worse than membership. So actually, they want to make sure that Brexit doesn't get Britain any benefits, because one of the fears is if being out looks quite attractive, who knows who might be next.
Positions on both sides have been hardening.
While an agreement is preferable, we are prepared to leave if we can't find compromises.
The British government says it has the right to take back control of its economy, and that includes control of its waters, laws, and borders. Wednesday, the UK Parliament is scheduled to debate a bill the EU says risks reintroducing a hard border between the Republic of Ireland, which is part of the European Union, and Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. That could threaten the 1998 Good Friday Agreement, which brought an end to decades of violence between Catholics and Protestants in Northern Ireland. President-elect Biden has made clear that deal cannot, quote, become a casualty of Brexit. In a last-minute concession before talks with the President of the European Commission, the British Prime Minister said he'll remove any parts of the legislation that break the law if the two sides can agree a deal.
Economically speaking, Brexit was always going to come with some pain. A short-term sacrifice, Brexiteers said, for a long-term gain. Then came COVID-19.
Stores in the UK only opened last week after a month-long nationwide lockdown, the second this year. Still reeling from its steepest contraction in 3 centuries, the British economy is only just coming back to life. A hard Brexit won't help.
It's a double whammy of bad news for the UK. In terms of Brexit, that's going to be a multi-year event. We're not going to know how much damage that'll do or what the opportunities on the other side might look like for many years to come.
The greatest danger of the EU and UK failing to agree a deal may be diplomatic.
And particularly in the context of a new American administration that is committed to trying and rebuilding multilateralism, having 2 of your closest allies at loggerheads unable to sit down at the table because we're blaming each other for real economic damage, could damage not just the UK and the EU, but the broader West as well.
Some holiday shoppers said they expect relations with their European counterparts will soon look a little like the weather.
It'll be frosty. I think they will never forgive us. There was a lot wrong with it, but you can only change things if you're inside it. And we've just destroyed everything. And for our children, their world has become small.
4.5 years after the UK voted to leave Europe, we still don't know what's coming next. Time is running out. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Ryan Chilcote in London.